Good morning. Please be seated. I can't resist saying that 4 years ago when we first started this ceremony collectively with about 1,800 people under this tent, it was about 38 or 40 degrees, and all the girls in their white dresses had blankets on them that their mothers had brought here. And it's a little different in 4 years from now, but just imagine what that would have been like with almost snow flying outside. Good morning and welcome to the Williston Northampton School's 175th commencement. Welcome to parents, families, guests, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and I've just learned Noni Cream has a pretty good posse here, so welcome to you as well. I want to begin this morning, as I have in the past, by recognizing that this ceremony falls on Memorial Day weekend. And so I would ask that we begin with a moment of silent reflection for all those who have given their lives in service to our country and those who currently serve our country. Thank you. And welcome to the classes of 2019, 2018, 2017, who you all processed in under your own banners, and it's wonderful to have you in the back seats there, reminding us all that this tent brings us together one last time for the school year as a community to make sure that the important traditions are transmitted from the seniors, the class of 2016, on down for the classes that follow. And for you, class of 2016, the 2 weeks of celebration are coming to a close, and our attention turns directly to you. Yesterday, during our academic awards ceremony, I asked the audience to acknowledge Williston's incredibly dedicated teachers who work so tirelessly and selflessly to help students achieve their goals. Class of 2016, you did not get where you are today without support, love, and guidance. In that spirit, there are a lot of people at this ceremony just for you. Parents, relatives, guardians, friends. And so I'm going to ask you, 2016, to stand up, turn around, face the audience, and let's give them a round of applause for all they've done for us. Parents, I'm not sure the last time you had your teenagers face you and applaud, but I got to think that feels good. As I look out at the 132 members of the class of 2016, I know some of you have been here 6 years, and we have literally watched you grown up in front of our eyes. And if you don't believe that, think of the pictures of Abby Foster and Nate Gordon that we saw the other day at athletic awards ceremony. And then there are others of you, like Matt Folger or Riley Leonard, who've only been here for one short, action-packed year of engagement, leaving your mark in the classrooms and on the fields. And some of you, like Maddie Scott, really don't even want to leave at all. But high school years being what they are, and with adult freedoms beckoning, I know that some of you have that Vietnam-era protest anthem in mind, "We gotta get out of this place." And that's okay too. Since this is the last time I get to speak to you as a class together, and since commencement is all about imparting words of wisdom that you forget by the time you get to lunch, I'm going to ask you a question. Why would you want to leave Williston? Seriously. Think about it. No more UCBs or late-night diner runs, no more slices of Antonio's chicken bacon and ranch, no more sightings of Imran hustling late to check-in. Do you really want to leave Williston? Who will instill in you the important lifelong value of being part of a team, that when you put on a Williston jersey, you represent your school, something bigger than yourself? If you had Mr. Ketchum for AP Biology, what college professor could possibly inspire you to call exams opportunities? Who among you might actually miss the attention you get when Mr. Korikasi asks you to stop wearing a baseball hat inside school buildings? Do you really want to leave Williston? What about those times your best friends, the ones whom you hope to see at reunions, just as you observed Williston alumni doing on campus a few weeks ago? What about them? Or what about those times in October when you look at the pond and you see the foliage reflected back at you as if in a mirror? Think of all that you are going to be leaving behind. Now let's think for a moment about the adult world you're about to enter. This is a world of dissension and name-calling, a world where you have to pay your own rent, consider the cost of a gallon of gas before a road trip, and take your hat off before you go into your boss's office. You might not realize this now, sitting here under this big tent, but as soon as you graduate from Williston, a quantum change will take place with respect to how those college professors and university administrators perceive you. They will see you as full-blown adults, solely responsible for your words and deeds. If you miss class, mom or dad cannot call the dean's office to get you excused. If you don't get playing time in a game, no college coach that I know will be speaking to your parents about that. If you mess up, your advisor will not be there for you the same way Ms. Marsland magically seems to appear whenever needed. Are you still ready to leave Williston? But you have to go, and pretty soon. You must leave Williston behind you, and that's as it should be. This is one of those boundary moments that you learned about in literature or psychology, where you cross a threshold and there is no turning back. You guys all read The Great Gatsby. You know what I'm talking about. And if I were to be really honest right now, we are ready for you to go. We've done our job, hopefully really well, of preparing you for all those challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Our honored speaker is here today from her home in Seattle, Washington, to explain how all of this works. For some of you, it will be a straight line, and for others, it will be a crooked path. Noni Cream graduated from Williston in 1990 when the first President Bush was in office. She carries a diploma. She carries a Williston diploma with pride and traces some of her most meaningful influences to her alma mater and teachers who remain friends to this day. Hi, Marcia. Ms. Cream is an entrepreneur, successful businesswoman, creative talent, and most importantly, a loyal Willie. I won't spoil too much of her biography for you, but I hope she tells us whether being dubbed a fashionista is a good thing or not. In any event, after a highly successful career with the famous brand Butter London, Ms. Cream launched out on her own. You guys have her nail polish from the other day. A fiercely independent impulse that she has had her whole life. Please join me in welcoming back Noni Cream.
Thank you. I'm not that tall even with heels on. Good morning. Thank you so much for sharing your commencement day with me. I'm extremely happy to be back. I have not been back since I sat in your chair and graduated myself in 1990. When I was 15, I ran away from home. Now, as you'll get to know, when I decide to do something, I don't mess around. And that's why our story begins in a Santa Fe jail cell. Turns out it's illegal to be a minor on the run 900 miles from home. It was around this time my folks said to me, "You seem like a decent kid, but this whole living at home thing is really not working out." So they began looking at boarding schools. I mean, between boarding school and jail, it's kind of a no-brainer. Frankly, I was a really messed up teen. I had a total inability to control my emotions, zero ability to censor, which I still do, which got me into plenty of trouble. I just felt really, really angry, almost all of the time. I hated my body. I hated my family. I hated my own insecurity, and the mere whiff of any form of authority sent me into a core meltdown. Off the record, I will admit that authority is something I still really, really struggle with, which is why I start companies and work for myself, but we'll get to that. Anyway, the main criteria for my boarding school choices was that they had to be far, far away. That was about it. For me, looking at schools was scary and upsetting. I wasn't going by choice. And I felt adrift and scared and aimless and unwanted. I was 16. When I came from my Williston interview, I was so intimidated. Everyone on campus looked really sophisticated and grown up, and I felt like a southern yokel in like mom jeans and a sweater from the Limited, which you guys are too young to know about, but it's really bad. Yeah. I had never really left home before, apart from all the running away, and I was beginning to realize that there was a very big difference between Massachusetts and South Texas. And I wanted in. The deal was sealed when this really cute junior guy gave me my tour. And I was like, Mom, I'm going here. Thankfully, Williston felt the same. And I'll be honest here, my grades were not impressive. And it was probably a pretty close call, but what sticks with me is that Williston recognized a kid with potential. It was no secret that I came with baggage, but Williston was ready to give me a nurturing, attentive home when my own home wasn't viable. And that's where this story really begins. Like I said, I had never left home before, and let me tell you, I didn't know it at the time, but I was a really spoiled brat, which became pretty clear when I was informed that there was not, in fact, a maid service, and that I would be washing my own clothes. I had never even touched a washing machine before. I felt like an idiot. Too proud to ask for help, I decided that the best course of action was to hide my dirty clothes in my bed under the fitted sheet. And yes, this is a totally true story. Slowly, I ran out of clothes. Underwear became a distant memory. I was panic-stricken when, at last, my roommate noted that my bed was a full foot taller than hers and stunk. Yeah. And so, eating a big slice of humble pie, I finally asked my dorm dad, Mr. Talea, to show me how those mysterious machines in the basement worked. It sounds silly, but that small step toward independence set me on a course that undeniably helped begin my healing and growing process. Okay, I'll take a brief break from memory lane here to tell you who I am now, so that you don't call security and have me removed. I have since helped found 2 beauty companies, one called Butter London and the other Color Prevails, and I consult globally for every company you've ever bought a nail polish, lipstick, or mascara from. So, did I leave Williston and go to Columbia? Attend Harvard Business School? No. I just learned some crucial lessons here that helped me not only get into college, but also helped me understand that a meaningful academic journey is based on more than just good grades. Thank God. I started my first ever beauty business as a penniless illegal alien in London. Why was I in London? Well, because I followed a British boy home and he was going to be a rock star, so clearly I was never going to have to do anything as pedestrian as get a job. When rock stardom eluded us, I would stand outside the subway station in the financial district every morning with a basket full of nail supplies and hand out little scraps of paper with my number on them. By lunchtime, I'd be fully booked doing desk-side manicures, going office to office for the fancy businesswomen. Now, I couldn't have known that filing nails for 10 pounds would eventually lead to a $20 million nail polish company, but the important takeaway is this: figure shit out. Don't just stand there wringing your hands when life doesn't throw a 4.0 at you. plot a course, be brave, and put one foot in front of the other. That's it. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the prettiest. And you don't need more than 10,000 followers. You just need to know what you're doing. You don't have to know what you'll be doing in 5 years. Know what you are doing today. And for any of you ignoring this speech and playing on your iPhone, my Insta handle is @NoniCream. Eventually, yeah, I know, I see you. I got eyes. Eventually, I got so good at doing nails that a top London agent picked me up and started sending me out to do nails for Vogue cover stories, London and New York, Paris, Milan Fashion Week, and people like Rihanna, who was like 12 at the time, Naomi Campbell, and Kate Moss. It's worth noting here that if you go to do a manicure at Kate Moss's house, it can take up to 3 days of your life. You will come home wearing your shirt inside out and backward, and you won't remember anything, which is probably for the best. Anyway, I used to hand mix all of my polishes, and they became a sort of cult thing that everyone in London wanted. I knew I needed a nail polish company to sell this stuff, but like I said, I have no business degree, and I had no idea how to raise money or start a company. Excuse me. And then I met a girl about my age who did have a business degree and did know how to do those things. The only problem was she lived in Seattle and I lived in London. Finally, we agreed to share the company and shoot for the stars. Our first office was her kitchen, and I created the Butter London polish range with $5,000 and a whole lot of hand mixing. Where am I? Sorry, it was a long night. I left everything to do this. I left my amazing job that I had created all by myself. I left my beautiful London apartment, and most importantly, I left my British husband in the apartment when I left, and we were long distance for 2 years afterward. Oh yeah, I married the rock star skater kid, partially because I loved him and partially because I was still really pissed at my parents. If you want to do great things with your life, you better be prepared to take some very real risks. Even today, any of my projects or my companies could go down at any moment. And I've crashed and burned as many times as I've succeeded. Trying things is scary. You may go broke a couple of times. Check. You may fail publicly. Check. You may have your doctor tell you that your endocrine system is collapsing from chronic stress and fatigue. Double check. But then you have a hit. You create a company or a product that takes off and the money pours in and you get to be a rock star after all. Man, that's a feeling that is just indescribable for a kid who grew up thinking that she was a loser and a no-hoper. When I gave the commencement speech at my college, Scripps College, last year, I opened by stating that I was probably the first straight C student to ever give the speech. So let me go all in here at Williston and tell you I was lucky if I ever made a C here. But don't think for 1 second that I wasn't learning. Grades are based on a series of tests designed to gauge academic progress. What they don't gauge is personal growth. Only you know how smart you really are, and only you can choose to use that intellect to succeed. You know, make good grades or don't. But please, I beg you, well, not you, graduate. P.S. It turns out that I'm super duper smart and I'm able to operate in the business realm with no business degree and no prior experience, just a really big mouth and a great education that taught me so much despite my many efforts to fail. So if you didn't get into the college you wanted, or you're scared you won't, please know that you can still be the next Steve Jobs. Don't drop out. Or Estee Lauder, or Donald Trump. I'm totally kidding. I strictly forbid you from becoming the next Donald Trump. No. Hear, hear. Boarding school is a unique experience. People who don't go to boarding school can never really understand what it's like. You're forced to be an adult from a really young age. You have to manage situations where there would normally be an adult mediator, and you have to figure them out in order to keep the peace. When I was living in Willie, which is now Conant House, I was a chubby goth kid. I listened to Dag Nasty and Suicidal Tendencies. Thank you, Pat Burns. And I pierced my own ears weekly until there was no lobe left to pierce. Friendships saved my life. I came to Williston from a classic Southern day school where jocks and cheerleaders ruled and anyone different got shut out. One of my best friends at Williston was a dude, soccer jock named Ashley, who wore head-to-toe LL Bean. And although we had zero in common from a fashion perspective, we loved and accepted each other completely. Everyone here did. Dee Griffin is still one of my best friends. And all I can say is that even as adults, she overlooks my bad haircut and the many bikers I bring to her New York home. And thank God her fiance is a detective with NYPD's finest, because damn it all, bikers just love to get arrested. But don't take my word for it. My Willie tribe are all right here, right now, today. Because first of all, you are my tribe. And whether you like it or not, you're stuck with me now. And also because several of my 40-something-year-old gang got on planes, trains, and automobiles to come and be here with me today as I give this speech 25 years after our graduation. Now that is what I call showing up Williston style. Thank you, I love you guys. It's important in high school and college to try stuff. That's why you're here. It's acceptable to be a punk one semester and a prep the next, to try lacrosse one season, and then switch to advanced cigarette smoking. I was the captain of that team. The next, exploring different parts of your personality will be an asset when you're out in the real world. Do you know what won't be an asset when you're out in the real world? Yeah, a neck tattoo. Yeah, now there's a really bad idea. As a silver-haired Rick Owens wearing 44-year-old mom who lives with a Grateful Dead tattoo on her ass and a piece of 1990s tribal work across her skull, I can tell you, I'm right on this one. In fact, I will give you $1 million if you can call me up when you're 40 and tell me you love the tattoo, you got it off the map. Pierce whatever you want, holes heal. And no, you can't just get tattoos removed. My deadhead tramp stamp now looks like someone sprayed it with Windex. Removal made that thing bigger, not smaller. I'm not even sure how that's possible. Williston would not give up on me, even when I did. They knew I had smarts. They knew I could make it if I could just stay out of my own way long enough. They had to invent an entirely new level of triple secret, last chance for real this time, probation when I went here. And there weren't enough clipboards in the world to dissuade me from floating kegs down the Manhan, which is probably why they filled it in and made it a bike path. Yeah, it used to be a river. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Every time I messed up or self-destructed, the Williston administration would firmly but kindly step in and remind me that I would not be happy if I got sent home. My home was here, and here is where I was kept safe and allowed to make mistakes in a controlled environment so that I could learn from them and mature. We were a sort of self-governing group of teens. We had each other's backs, but when somebody was acting like a jerk, they still got schooled. Our dorm parents and the admin were there to oversee, but most of my social skills and a lot of my business acumen were born after hours at Willie, Conant House, or let's be honest, Ford, since that's where I actually slept most of the time, where nightly forums, hey now, on all subjects, guided us toward adulthood. I know that shit still goes down. Those are skills that I have to use every day in my business now. I'm gonna take a moment. Don't believe me? Then you try and tell Anna Wintour that yes, this is your natural hair color, and oh, you forgot the custom mixed nail polish that you made for her. Then run, fast. I retain more friendships from Williston than from any other period in my life, and I've lived, people. That's proof of how critical this place is and how critical these relationships are to you at this stage of your life. There are limited grown-ups here, and although the ones that are here are awesome, it's you who ultimately are raising each other, and you are doing a really fucking good job. Go to college. Study all sorts of stuff, not just the stuff that you think will land you the best employment. Remember that being an artist and being a business leader are not mutually exclusive. Oh, I lost my place again. Sorry. And remember, above all, trust yourself, because you are the most important person you know. It's not lost on me that there are many people out there who might say a woman who won't dye her hair and wears a skinhead and a septum ring doesn't belong in the beauty industry and certainly couldn't be the meaningful founder of a multi-million-dollar business. Well, because of the love and support that I received right here at Williston, I have the confidence to say, screw you, I can do whatever I want. And so can you, and so will you. Congratulations, class of 2016. Now go kick some ass.
You guys are just wondering what I'm going to say, aren't you, 2016? I got you. I see you. I see you. Well, I got a couple thoughts. When Noni was talking about the tattoos, some of you were laughing really loud, and some of you look guilty like, it's too late, I already got that one. So that was one thought. And then the other thought I had was you're sitting there saying, kind of colorful language, but let me tell you, just like Drake, we got a clean version going out on the web, and we got the version that you heard here today. So we got it all covered. And then to Noni's posse that's over there in the cheap seats, who would have known that the swag that we're going to give her also had like a nicotine patch? So we got you covered on that as well. So it's all good. This Willie is a cradle to grave organization. So when you graduate in 1990, we're still looking after you. To more serious stuff, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jeff Ketchum, also a parent in the class of '06 and associate head of school, to present the announcement of prizes.
It's always great to follow those speeches, so thank you for that. So good morning, everyone. We've had an exciting week as we have celebrated many student accomplishments and appreciated the results of the passion and creativity of their endeavors during the school year. While we could not possibly recount every awesome outcome of this very talented student body, I'm honored to share with you the most notable of those accomplishments and recognize overall distinction among the class of 2016. On Friday morning, we had our athletic awards assembly to celebrate a truly remarkable year for Wildcat athletics. In addition to honor the distinguished level of participation, the athletic department presented the Blanket Award, which recognizes seniors who have participated on a team every season during their junior and senior year. For students who have been at Williston for more than 2 years, they're eligible for the award if they've missed only one season, either during their freshman or sophomore year. 24 seniors were presented the Blanket Award on Friday, and I ask that they stand and be recognized. I would also like to mention the senior recipients of our top 2 athletic awards and ask those individuals to stand and be recognized when I read their names. The George Denman Bowl for boys and the Alumni Bowl for girls are awarded to seniors whose contribution to the athletic program has been characterized by exceptional achievement, faithful participation, and loyal devotion to the best interests of the school. This year, the George Denman Award was shared by 3 students, Michael Darius, Nicholas Garofano, and John Ross. The Alumni Bowl Award was shared by 2 students, Delaney Belinskis and Rachel Rockwell. Yesterday afternoon, we held our academic awards ceremony, which celebrated outstanding academic achievement for the year. There were 84 different students who received prizes for their academic accomplishments in the upper school classes during the school year. At this time, I ask that all recipients of course awards and prizes to stand and be recognized for their achievement. We also recognized overall excellence at each grade level, and I'd like to highlight the winners of each of the prizes that were awarded yesterday morning. I will read the names of the recipients at each grade level and ask them to stand, and we can applaud them together. For the 9th grade, and they're like way back there, I can hardly see them. There were 3 prizes. Ryan Dwyer was the recipient of the Head of School Prize, Robbie Hill was the recipient of the Yale Prize, and Dora Gordon was the recipient of the Bowdoin Prize. It's a big tent. For the 10th grade, there are 3 prizes. Caroline Channel was the recipient of the Head of School Prize, Sophia Schaefer was the recipient of the Smith Prize, and Annabelle Farnham was the recipient of the Williams Prize. For the 11th grade, there are 5 prizes. Soma Mitsubuchi was the recipient of the Head of School Prize. Ava McElhone Yates was the recipient of the Lincoln Grannis Prize. Ian Osberg was the recipient of the Holy Cross Prize. Molly Zawacki was the recipient of the Dartmouth Prize. And Emily Yeager was the recipient of the Harvard Prize. This year we offered 6 courses within the Williston Scholars Program, and there are 5 seniors who will be recognized at this time for their exemplary work. As I read the names of the seniors, I'd like to ask them to come forward to receive their certificates from the director of the Williston Scholars Program, Kim Ivelti. For her work in the English department, Maitri Dalal. For their work in the History and Global Studies Department, there are 3 people, Amelia DeFrancis, Josephine King, and Haley McCreary. And for his work in the Visual and Performing Arts Department, Verdi Degby. The following are senior prizes awarded each year at commencement, as voted by the full faculty and presented by Head of School Robert Hill. The Tara Michelle Katzner Memorial Prize is awarded annually to that student who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, determination, and dedication. This year the prize is given to Isabella Louikart. The Henry Teller Prize in memory of a history teacher and choral conductor from 1947 to 1983 is awarded to that person in the Williston Northampton community who by active example encourages intercultural understanding and goodwill. This year the prize is given to Yue Cao. The Henry E. Donay Jr. 59 Award is given to a senior who has manifested a love of the natural world and who has taken an active interest in the protection and preservation of the world's environmental resources. This year the prize is given to Alexander Fay. The Westcott E.S. Moulton Award, honoring a member of the class of 1927 and Williston Alumni Secretary from 1961 to 1973, is presented to that member of the senior class who has shown a high degree of effort in publications, sportsmanship, leadership, and community involvement, leading to continued loyalty and interest as an alumna or alumnus. This year, the award is given to Joseph Celentano. The Tim Wallace Class of 1962 Prize was established in memory of an English-speaking Union Exchange student at Williston. The prize is given at commencement to that senior who gets much from the school because he or she puts much in. This year, the prize is given to Justin Frometta. The Class of 1942 prize is awarded in recognition of outstanding service to the school. This year, the prize is given to Madeline Scott. The George H. Higgins Prize is given to that student in the graduating class who has displayed outstanding character in school life. This year, the prize is given to Kyle Doucette. The Catherine M. Ockenden Class of 1949 Prize is given to that senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has contributed moral, positive leadership. This year, the prize is given to Haley McCreary. The L.G. Treadway Citizenship Prize, established by Richard Treadway, class of 1932, in honor of his father, is awarded to a senior who has been at the school for at least 2 years, who has maintained a strong scholastic standing, who has given promise of future achievement. The chief qualities to be considered are personal integrity and contributions made to the best citizenship of the school. This year, the prize is awarded to Elizabeth Sheline. The Joseph Sawyer Memorial Prize, honoring the 7th headmaster of Williston Seminary from 1886 to 1919, is awarded to a young man who has made outstanding contributions to the intellectual and community life of the school. This year, the prize is awarded to Nathan Gordon. The Dorothy Bement Prize, honoring a co-founder of the Northampton School for Girls, is given to the young woman who has exhibited excellence in her academic endeavors and in her contributions to citizenship and the overall life of the school. This year, the prize is awarded to Beatrice Fogelman. We now come to the final 3 prizes which carry the greatest distinction, the first 2 being awarded to the outstanding young man and young woman in the senior class, the third honoring the first scholar in the class. The Archibald V. Galbraith Prize, honoring the 8th headmaster of Williston Academy from 1919 to 1949, is awarded to that young man who in academics, athletics, and citizenship is exemplary, representing that which is best in the school. The Galbraith Prize is awarded this year to Calvin Tickner Swanson. the Sarah B. Whitaker Prize, honoring a co-founder of the Northampton School for Girls and co-principal from 1924 to 1962, is also known as the White Blazer Award. The White Blazer is given to the young woman who has distinguished herself with the greatest contributions to the academic, athletic, and community life of the school while exhibiting exemplary leadership and integrity. The White Blazer is awarded this year to Caroline Borden. The Valedictory Prize is awarded to the first scholar of the class. It is a combination of two awards from an era in the school's history when the Edmund H. Sawyer Prize was given for work in the classical curriculum, and the Horatio G. Knight Prize was given for work in the scientific curriculum. These prizes are now combined into one. It honors the student who, by record of performance during the senior year, is judged by the faculty to be preeminent in academic achievement. This year, the recipient of the Valedictory Prize is Caroline Borden. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2016.
Thank you, Mr. Ketchum. Continuing with awards, could I ask Mr. Peter Verleen, President of the Cum Laude Association, and Mr. Peter Gunn, Secretary, to come forward and join Mr. Talaya.
We now honor the finest scholars in the class of 2016 with their induction to the Williston Northampton School chapter of the Cum Laude Society. In recognizing their academic accomplishment, we celebrate Williston's fundamental mission. These young people show us what can be accomplished by an academic life inspired with purpose, passion, and integrity. The Cum Laude Society is a national honor society modeled on Phi Beta Kappa. Williston Academy joined the society in 1921. The Northampton School for Girls received its charter in 1951, and in 1971, the society granted the newly merged Williston Northampton School a new charter. Membership into the Cum Laude Society is the highest academic award that the Williston Northampton faculty can bestow. All of us gathered here can take inspiration from the three words that form the motto of Cum Laude. Arete, meaning excellence, DK, meaning justice, and Time, meaning honor. Excellence, justice, and honor can characterize the life each of us chooses to lead, not just in the classroom, but across our campus and in the broader world. Far more of you have grown into accomplished scholars than we can recognize at this moment. Indeed, for every academic award winner named yesterday and today, I know of another who made teaching and learning the best job in the world. On behalf of the faculty, I thank you for all of you for striving to learn. We try to nurture your curiosity and persistence in the search for truth, beauty, and justice, and in turn, you teach us about language and art, about math and science, about history and philosophy and faith, and above all, about a love of learning. Moreover, we thank your families. We hope they will enjoy today as a reflection of their influence upon your lives. In the words of John Quincy Adams, who you are is where you've been. Remember to thank all of the people who have helped you, both here and beyond these green gates, to grow your roots and your wings. Before calling for the induction of new members, we want to acknowledge those of you who, by virtue of your outstanding record of achievement, earned admission to Cum Laude in January. Please come forward individually to receive our applause and then to welcome the new members. Leanna Albanese. Caroline Borden. Samuel Canny. Maitri Dalal. Tan Mei Kale. Josephine King. Sarah Lucia. Haley McCreary. Elizabeth Sheeline. Calvin Tickner Swanson. Margaret White. Theodore Wolf. Now please join with me in welcoming the new members. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your membership pin and certificate from President Peter Verleen and Vice President Greg Talea. Tsao Yue Kao. Alexander Fay. Beatrice Fogelman. Justin Frometta. Lee Zhangzhe Kevin Lee. Isabella Louiscart. Jasmine Movasagi. Dimitra Sierras. Tara Sullivan. Isabel Tetmeyer. Tin Tiao Tin, Vivian Tin. And Sophia Triana. Now, if you would all turn and face the stage to receive the charge from President Valine.
Your exemplary record in academics and citizenship at Williston earned for you membership in the Cum Laude Society. This society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work. It is our sincere hope that you will accept the honor of membership as a responsibility to strive for similar excellence in all future endeavors. And along the way, to contribute to finding solutions to some of the major challenges facing your generation. On behalf of the faculty, I want to thank you for your consistently strong efforts. As you have pursued your goals, you have inspired your classmates and your teachers. By the authority duly granted me, it is with great pride and pleasure that I welcome you into the Williston Northampton chapter of the Cum Laude Society. Congratulations. Thanks for your wonderful work. You may be seated.
Okay, 2016, this is what we're all here for coming up. It's my great pleasure to ask to come forward in a minute here, Mr. John Hazen White Jr., class of 1976 and current chair of the Board of Trustees. John White is one of the great supporters of Williston in all ways, and you heard him give a toast the other night, I believe. All students here heard his toast to the school under the tent for our 175th gala dinner. It was fantastic. But what I think is kind of special is after 175 years, Mr. John White is the first chair of the Board of Trustees to be a Williston Northampton School board chair. Previous board chairs were from NSFG or they were from Williston Academy. He's the first in 175 years. I think that's pretty special. John, if you'll please come forward.
Welcome, everybody. It's just great to be here and to share this moment. What a special day for all of us. You know, it occurs to me, and I said this at the reunion dinner, which was my 40th reunion, which is pretty scary, but you will get there one day, I promise you. What I said was we all have something in common, all of us here in this tent, and many outside of this tent, and that's Williston. And so I'm so proud to see a group step forward and move into the world from here once again, and to be able to watch that myself because you know, I really hope that we all share the sentiment that I have, which is that these years, this place, is the best memory I have in my entire life. So enjoy as you step forward and be proud. And it's my privilege and pleasure. And by the way, Nomi and I share things in common. We've never met, but we share sentiments and ideas. And were I to be giving the second commencement speech, I would say ditto everything she said. She is marvelous. I'm also known to say that Johnny White, a microphone, and cameras all go really well together, so I could be here all day, but I won't. It's my pleasure, and boy, am I proud, to say, therefore, by the power vested in me, it's my great pleasure to hereby declare the class of 2016 to be graduates of the Williston Northampton School with all the rights and responsibilities appertaining thereto. God bless you all.
Williston Northampton School diplomas are awarded to Suzette Abreu, Leanna Nicole Albanese, Danny Ashley Anastasavides, Audrey Austin Barnes, Brian Thomas Bates, Patrick William Beaton, Delaney Mae Belinskas, Olivia Jade Burke-Kraus, Zachary Solomon Bernstein, Abigail Mae Berry, Caroline Grosvenor Borden, Henry Matthias Brooksmith, Isaiah Brooks, Hannah Mariko Brown, Bradley Joseph Budman, Samuel Paul O'Sullivan Canny, Yue Tao, Jennifer Cavazuti, Joseph James Celentano IV, Qingyu Eric Chen, Hungvra Henry Chen, Benjamin Arthur Shimoleski, Olivia Christine Cuevas, Maitri Dalal, Jamal David, and this diploma to be presented by her faculty mother, Amelia Helen DeFrancis. Verdi Lucian Degby, Michael Darius. Sadea Farai Annette Dill. Kyle Matthew Doucette. Andrew Dowd. Alexander Thomas Fay. Morgan Shirley Fisher. Hannah Marie Fitzgerald. Gabriella Emma Foderaro. Beatrice Morgan Fogelman. Matthew James Folger. And this diploma to be presented by her trustee father, Abby Sarah Foster. Jared Andrew Freilich. Justin W. Frometta. Calvin Patrick Fry. Patrick Thomas Gallagher. Nicholas John Garofano. Samuel Harrison Geschichter. Lacey Megan Gillis. Jada Therese Goodrich. Nathan Klaus Gordon. Danielle Martina Grant. Enrique Jose Guardia. Unable to be here today, Abdul Ghatar Mohammed Hafez. Chloe Gordon Harris. Brandon Chibueza Obina Harrison. James Roger Hatch. Imran Hayatuddin. Lauren Christine Helm. Michael Holmberg. Hao-Chi Huang. Christopher Robin Hudson. Aaron Lawson James. Ryan Yejun Chun. And his diploma to be awarded by Carrie Baldwin and Brent Visser, Quinn Stewart Johnson. Liam James Keefe. John Joseph Kelly. Tanmay Kale. Kelly Colleen Jr. Josephine Lara King. Genevieve Lisette Kumantakos. Christopher Austin Lansell. Philip Lee. Riley Christina Leonard. Zoya Jade Lewin. Lee Sungshua. Michael David Lloyd. Julie Ashley Lord. And her diploma to be presented by her faculty member father, Sarah Jane Lucia. I'm sorry, faculty member mother. Sorry. Mistake number one. Her diploma to be awarded, presented by her faculty member father, Isabella Lena Luicard. Julia Best Lustenatter. Emily Morgan McDonald. Zachary Oliver Maddox. Daniel Francis Mahoney IV. Shane Patrick Mason. Haley Caroline McCreary. Grace Sarah McMeekin. Henry Welch Miller. Jasmine Maheen Movasagi. Connor Stewart Murray. Eugenia Nasrieva. Jung Yoon Park. Matthew Patry. Kan An Pham. Aiden Everett Singh Rai. Megan Lynn Rickard. Rachel Bailey Rockwell. Gleb Romaev. John Daniel Ross. Zachary Rouleau. Sabrina Sagala Sampson. Daisuke Sasakawa. Madeline Amelia Scott. Michael William Siebold. Brendan Allen Schaefer. Jialun Vivian Shao. Elizabeth Nicole Sheelan. Andrew Shao. Dimitra Constantinos Sierros. Gabrielle Rose Small. Davis Han Weston Smith. Cameron Sundell Stanley. Rachel Shane Kagan Stein. Alyssa Marie Stevens. Tara Flynn Sullivan. Megan Bridget Swazlowski. Nasa Tapanis. Isabel Louise Techmeyer. Dalen Dodd Thompson. Calvin August Tickner Swanson. Dalian Vivian Ting. Hannah Gilly Tuzos. Sophia Yvette Triana. Richard Ben Ventura. Elizabeth Rose Belmonte Warnka. Jessica Ann Wendelton. Margaret Shaw White. Sarah Louise Vigant. Kira Nicole Wilson. Mark Patrick Wilson. Emmett Henry Wint. Julia Barnett Wise. Jacob Raymond Wisniewski. Josh Wolf. And his diploma to be presented by his mother, Theodora Jacob Wolf. Caroline Anna Wysocki. Lu Zhang.
Great job, 2016 alumni. I usually hear that after the senior class speaker, but that's okay. It's a real pleasure. You guys voted for these for the next speaker. Chris Hudson, class of 2016, come on up to the class address.
It.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I was preparing for this speech, and, I was trying to figure out, our speaker, Miss Kareem, and I was, trying to think in my head, what is this, what is she gonna say, but I just gotta say, she's the definition of a badass woman. Holy mackerel. Mama, there goes that woman. Holy. No faculty member has read my speech yet, so this is a mystery. I'm the only one to lay eyes on this. So, let's begin. Warning, the speech that I'm about to give you will at some points make you laugh, make you cry, and when you hear my jokes, you'll be like, what are those? And it may make you so confused that you might think something is wrong with me. And I assure you that there is. So please bear with me. I know it's hot. I know it smells bad in here. So, good morning, everyone. I say good morning, everyone. Let's just go. What a spectacular day today is. Oh, we're graduating. Holy crap. You think these kids will be friggin' happy as joy? The prison jokes they make, we're getting released into the wild, so let's go. So before I say what I have to say, a couple graduates asked me to give them a shout out. And, I'm gonna honor that. They asked me personally. So Matt Patry, Chloe Harris, Connor Murray, Justin Fermetta, Danny Anastasovites, Riley Leonard, Jada Goodrich, and Samuel Geschecter. Shout out to you, fam. You're all crazy. You're crazy. So I just wanted to hit things off and start out with a couple personal thank yous. First of all, I want to thank God for the wonderful opportunities that He's blessed me with in my life. I'm extremely grateful for everything that I have, and I would not be the man I am today without Him. Second, I want to thank my family. I would not be here at Williston today speaking to you if it wasn't for them. They're my biggest supporters, and I love them all, and especially my father, who's with us in spirit today, and even my sister, Josh. I'm sorry. Philosopher and sixth god Drake once said, while sitting atop a tower with a view, keep the family close. So I think it's appropriate for us graduates to thank our families with a round of applause because of how important they are to each and every one of us. And yes, we'll even thank the teachers, All right, they had their moment, back to us. All right, let's go. So, now when the opportunity came for me to whip up another paper in my high school career, naturally, it was a no-no or a nay-nay. But I was excited because, I was the best academic senior at Williston this year. No discussion, Caroline Borden. But, I'm very honored to be doing this speech, but I honestly can't believe that I'm doing it. The fact that it's my 5th year in high school and I willingly volunteered to whip up another paper is the sign that my brain is officially fried. So I checked out. I mean, some of the seniors already checked out at the beginning of the year, so at least I made it this far. High school is a grind. It's like a full-time job. For crying out loud, we have to ask to go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? If I had a nickel for how many times I heard that stupid joke, I'd have 4 nickels, My advice to the young kids, don't grow up. Just run away while you still can. Just run. Just run. Oh my, I can't tell you how many times I watched kids just playing by themselves, and I just thought back to when I was young and how I didn't have a care in the world. A time in your life when the most important things are recess and what you brought to show and tell. But then you blink, and the next thing you know, you're sitting in those chairs, diploma in hand, and hopefully ready for the next chapter in your lives. The hourglass is done, and there's no more time to be left to be spent. Nothing to do but turn it over and start a new journey. But change doesn't happen overnight. It does take time. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow with 3 kids and a dead tramp stamp tattoo on your butt, you might, depending on how much partying, extracurricular activities you do this night. You will probably wake up tomorrow at 8, realize, oh, school's over. Go back to sleep till 12, get up, eat some cereal, watch some Netflix, go do some more extracurricular activities, and you'll probably do that for about a week. Then a week turns into a month, then the month, the summer, and then you realize, holy crap, I gotta get my life together. I got 1 week until college and I haven't packed, I haven't done my summer homework. You know what, screw it. It's like, I'll just start off on a good note next semester. How'd I do? Pretty accurate? I think I know our generation pretty well. I mean, if it's not accurate, you guys call me like in 8 weeks and you tell me I'm wrong. So what I want you to do is when people ask you what you're gonna be doing in 4 years after you graduate, I want you to look them dead in the eye and I want you to tell them, I don't know. I don't have 20/20 vision. I paid Kyle and Wiz to laugh out loud at that one, but they, obviously, money not well spent, so. My sense of humor is kind of dry, like Mr. Grant's. I'm sorry. Boom, roasted. And like Mr. Gunn, the jokes won't get any better. Boom, roasted. All right, all kidding aside, the message I want to share, sorry, skip this part. I said I'm sorry, I'm completely random about this. I'm not really sure how my brain works, but it looks like I have something in common with people who are voting for Donald Trump, you know. Boom, roasted. All right, now all kidding aside, the message I want to share with my fellow graduates as they head out to their future is about choice. We have the power to choose things in our lives. Life is 10% of how we make it and 90% of how we take it. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna eat. But I believe that there are three simple things that we have control over that should lead you to a happy life. Those three things are discipline, forgiveness, and most importantly, attitude. Let's start with discipline. Discipline is a conscious battle that we have with ourselves. It's a battle against that little voice inside your head that pesters us to do something unhealthy or just plain stupid. Just do it, Chris. Come on. No, I'm not gonna do it. Come on, Chris, do it. No, I'm not gonna make the joke about Dean Noble. But it'd be funny though. I don't care, I'm 5 feet from graduating, like. And security would come get me. He's like, made a joke about Dean Noble. Get him! But you can choose to listen to that little voice or you can squash it like a bug. Now, I'm sorry, I wrote on this. We may be leaving high school, but try to learn some new things, all right? And have the discipline to stick with it, even if it's tough. Life's tough, and winners never quit, and quitters never win. Have the discipline to put down your phone and talk with people. We're old enough now to talk to strangers. We won't fall for that, I've got candy in my van anymore. Maybe like one time, depending on the type of candy, but put down your phone and have some human interaction. It's an art we're losing as a society, so it's on us to bring it back. Each and every one of us has a story, and sharing it is a beautiful thing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. The second choice, forgiveness. Choose to forgive people. People will make mistakes. People will wrong you. Nobody's perfect. But you get to choose whether you forgive them or not. Oh, that's the wrong page. Sorry. Forgive the ones who truly care about you, because good people are very hard to find. And even forgive the people who don't care about you and try to harm you, because it takes away all their power against you. Forgive, because when you make mistakes, it'll be easy for them to forgive you too. And if they don't, then they don't matter, because your real friends will. Now, the last choice, and the one thing that I want you to take away from this speech, if nothing else, is attitude. Attitude is everything. With a positive attitude, I truly believe that you can do anything within the laws of physics and the United States. Life is going to be tough, and it's not always going to go our way. But we have to be stonecutters. We have to keep hammering away at the rocks in our lives. Even if we keep pounding and pounding, it seems like nothing's happening, something is. You just have to keep going, and you have to stay positive. One day that rock will split in two, and inside, there will be something special. There will be days when you want to give up, and there will be days where you want to cry, and there will be days where you do. But keep moving forward. I want you to see the light at the end of the tunnel and believe that you will get there someday. You won't be able to do that without a positive mindset. Have an attitude of gratitude. A few weeks ago, I bombed this math test. And golly, was I upset. I mean, it ruined my day. It was ruined. But as I walked back to my room, I stopped, and I realized that, first of all, it wasn't the end of the world. And second, like, things could be a heck of a lot worse. There are kids that don't even have the opportunity to have an education at Wilson like this. Some kids that don't even get one meal a day. So who was I to be upset about something so trivial when there are people out there suffering things that we couldn't even imagine? So I stopped, and I smiled, because I had a lot to be thankful for. We all have a lot to be thankful for. We often take just small things for granted, simple things, like being at Williston, having a phone, even just being alive. Be grateful for the things you have in life, because you'll miss them when they're gone. So when you're upset, just smile and take a moment to remember those things. So we're coming down to the end, and I know that some people in the audience are like, thank God. So for the graduates, I want you to look around at each other. Seriously, go ahead. I'm looking at you. I want you to reflect on your time at Williston. Some of these people that you look at now, you'll know deep into your life. And some of them, you'll never see again. But there are things that we wish we would have done and things that we wish we didn't do. But the past is the past, and all of those moments have led us to this moment right now. Like Mr. Teller said a little while ago, that today is the day of the rest of our lives. Well, Mr. Teller, so is tomorrow. Boom, roasted. Really enjoy this moment. Really enjoy it. There are none like it. A final quote from once teen pop star sensation, Hannah Montana. Here we are now. Everything is about to change. We face tomorrow as we say goodbye to yesterday. A chapter ending, but the story's only just begun. A page is turning for everyone. So we're moving on, letting go, and holding on to tomorrow. We've always got the memories as we're finding out who we're gonna be. We might be apart, but I hope you always know that you'll be with me wherever I go. It's just a little piece, but I appreciate it. I am so sorry that I was not clear about that. But maybe I'll get double applause, all right. So, in conclusion, to the 175th graduating class of 2016, Nike would say in past tense grammar that we just did it. But I wish nothing but the best for all of you and your journeys in life. I cannot wait to come back in 25 years and see what the future holds for each and every one of you. It's been an honor speaking with you. I thank you very much for listening. God bless you all. Hudson out.
The Angelus was presented to Northampton School by the Student Council of 1952. Some say it became the heart of the Northampton School for Girls campus. The Angelus is a bell which is inscribed, quote, "for quiet thought." It was sounded every afternoon, at which time students and teachers paused for a minute of silent reflection. Maria Bergie Dwight Levescant, class of 1952, said in its dedication that the ringing of the Angelus was, quote, "a call to remind us of the necessity of thought. There's much to think about in that brief minute of our own." I think Chris Hudson said something very similar just now. Now permanently installed in the lawn by 194 Main Street, it has become a tradition to sound the Angelus both at convocation and at commencement. As we sound the Angelus, and I hope we can hear it, I invite you to join me in a few moments of quiet thought. Thank you. A couple of logistical things to consider here before I have a few final words. The faculty will recess out, and we're going to be heading towards the driveway over there, and the seniors, when they get out there, there's going to be a receiving line. For everybody else, lunch is served behind me in Reed, so please go help yourself to the lunches that are there. And that's how we will be ending. I have a final thought that was sort of provoked by some of the things I heard today. Class of 2016, this is a really big moment. Not only are you leaving Williston, but you're also setting forth the same year, and this is a little bit unusual, of a national election. And I think just about everybody here will be 18 come November when you have your chance to cast your first vote for the President of the United States of America. It occurs to me that no matter how old you get, you will always remember your high school graduation day, or parts of it, and you'll also always remember your first vote as for the President of the United States. I think we've done our job here, and you are more than ready to be serious citizens of the world, as you've learned here to be at Williston. Finally, I want to conclude with a farewell that's a traditional farewell written by Robert Ward, former headmaster of the school. It's called A Farewell to Seniors. I wish you the courage to be warm when the world would prefer that you be cool. I wish you success sufficient to your needs. I wish you failure to temper that success. I wish you joy in all your days. I wish you sadness so that you may better measure that joy. I wish you gladness to overbalance grief. I wish you humor and a twinkle in the eye. I wish you glory and the strength to bear its burdens. I wish you sunshine on your path and storms to season your journey. I wish you peace in the world in which you live in and in the smallest corner of the heart where truth is kept. I wish you faith to help define your living and your life. More I cannot wish you except perhaps love to make all the rest worthwhile. This concludes the ceremony.